This video is about the biggest money myths. There are 4 money myths you need to stop believing ASAP. And this is not financial advice, this is financial opinion. Please stay tuned. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment, and please do me a favor, if you really enjoyed this video, smash that like button, I would really appreciate it. What's exactly a money myth? Basically, misinformation that may have a detrimental effect on your finances and how you move forward in life. We're not educated in schools or university about the rules of money and how to handle it, manage it. I talk a lot about business and personal finance on this channel because they are vital to get to grips with. Take me for example. I was a former gambling addict who was so reckless with money, I used to throw it all away on the table for a game of chance. And yes, I got burnt so many times, so please guys, never ever gamble. On top of that, and that embarrassing financial escapade, I was woeful with money. Believe it or not, for years, I literally had no idea what I had in my bank. No idea what was going out and in. It was only after losing a business a few years back and having to go on the strictest of budgets, I finally gave up gambling and learned how to manage my money. Had I never done so, I honestly would have been royally screwed. Who was to blame for this? Well, certainly not my family and parents. They're very smart, careful, and good with their money. Was it society? Well, I have no idea how most people manage their money, do you? Was it the media? Again, who knows? The person to blame for my financial mistakes was me 100% and me alone. It's easy to point the blame at everyone and anyone for my misuse of my money and poor financial habits, and I gave up doing that a long time ago. But being financially rock bottom and having to come out of such an awful gambling addiction, I can safely say that now I have seen the light. And yes, I have been clean and sober with no desire to gamble. I'm in a much better, healthier place mentally and financially. So as a token of my recovery, I want to share some of the biggest money myths you may be believing. This is the first money myth. Investing's only for the rich and super wealthy. You may hear people say they can afford to invest their money. They've got money they can risk losing. Well, investing is a rich person's game. Back in 2013, a guy I know spent a mere $500 investing in Bitcoin online. He bought on average 5 individual Bitcoins for his initial investments, roughly $100 a coin. And in early 2021, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $62,000 a coin. He immediately cashed out a whopping $300,000 in profit. He incredibly 620x his initial investment of $500 8 years before. Let me tell you some information about this guy. Back in 2013, he worked part-time as a delivery driver for pizza deliveries. He was a college dropout with no prospects, and he lived at his parents' home in their garage. And with the money he had now, in those 8 years, getting a steady job, cleaning his act up, he used the profits for a down payment for a lovely home. Now I know what you might be saying. Well, he got really lucky. He hit the lottery, but I don't know anything about Bitcoin. Sorry to burst your bubble, but none of that matters, because this guy was on a low income and used quite a large portion of the little bit of money he had to invest in Bitcoin. And it's paid off massively. Now people call him crazy for cashing out so soon, but the guy literally just bought himself a house. When you believe in a project and an asset class that has enormous potential, anything's possible. A young friend of mine saved and collected Pokemon cards over the years. He kept them in mint condition, and with his pocket money, he kept topping up his collection. He could easily sell that collection for $100,000 right now. It's been appraised, but he's not going to. So investing is for those who are smart, take calculated risks, not only the rich, wealthy, famous, and powerful. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying this video. Another big money myth is to believe your money's in good hands being managed by others. It could be your parents, your spouse, your sibling, even your friends. At the end of the day, it's your money and your finances we're talking about here, not theirs. A father I know of once was an enormous control freak for his entire family. He decided to manage his wife and his kids, who were both daughters, bank accounts. He goes, "Well, I'm an accountant," he said. "I know what I'm doing." Then tragically one day he suffered a massive heart attack and died. As a result, all the bank accounts were frozen. They couldn't even raise money for his funeral. And when the bank accounts were eventually unfrozen, to their bemusement, he had no money left. Their late father was a secret gambler and used the money to fund his addiction. I know this is an extreme and tragic example, but hopefully it really drums the point home, especially if you're an adult. You need to manage your own finances. Nobody else. It's your income we're talking about here. Your expenses, what you choose to spend. It's your investments if you make them. It's your PIN number, your sort code, etc. A guy I know set up a joint bank account with his girlfriend a few years back and took the same mindset. She can deal with the money, she deals with the bills, that's what she's good at. In the first year, she amassed a credit card debt in the thousands. They were behind on all their utility bills and they owed over 6 months' worth of rent. Not to mention, they were financially bankrupt due to again an addiction, which in her case was shopping. Ignore the myth, "Oh, others can manage my money." Ignore the myth, others can manage your money better than you. Start taking control. Manage your own finances ASAP, sensibly, and on your own accord. Now this one's a load of rubbish. I cannot budget. Well, in fact, you may get the following variations. It's not in my DNA to budget. I live for today financially. I don't need to budget. I have no idea how to budget. Budgeting is dull and boring. Here's some reasons why anyone can and should budget. First, it helps you keep your focus on your goal. Whether you're looking to save money for a deposit, pay off debt, retirement, a budget is a fantastic way to get there. It then helps ensure you don't spend money you don't have. Did you know, like my former self, 90% of people around the world have no idea what's in their bank balance, nor do they know how much is going out on average every month. You may end up saving a ton of money by having a budget almost instantly. Next, it helps you prepare for emergencies. Life can and will throw you some inevitable curveballs, trust me. And when that rainy day does come, no doubt, you need to be financially prepared to handle it. An emergency fund of 3 to 6 months' expenses is a great place to be. And lastly, it helps shed light on some bad spending habits. Did you know, again, most people have credit card and direct debits every month for magazine memberships, gym memberships, and other services they no longer use, streaming services. Or in some cases, they're no longer alive, these businesses, and they're still taking money out of your account. A budget can help you highlight and see where your money is, no doubt, being wasted. And over time, that can accumulate into a lot of savings. Look, it is dull, it's boring. But I'd rather take dull and boring over the stress and anxiety of debt, or, God forbid, getting kicked out of your home, or having your assets taken from you. Please be incredibly careful. Budgeting is, unfortunately, the only way. The final money myth is to just keep saving your money constantly and becoming addicted to watching that figure go up and up and up in your account. Here are some interesting reasons to not keep saving only, as in just saving for the rest of your life. Inflation. By simply stashing your money away in your bank account over time, decades, does nothing to protect you against inflation. Next, you actually won't be wealthier. The person who saves their money for over 30 years compared to the person who diversifies, invests in real estate, stocks, businesses, is like chalk and cheese. Wealth cannot be achieved by just saving all the time. And lastly, quality of life. Forever living on a shoestring budget and denying yourself the finer and better things in life will riddle you with regret. Always saying no to meals, vacations, a new car, new home, new clothes because you are saving money when you can actually afford to do those things will make your life miserable over time. Look, I am not saying never save your money. But if you've hit your financial goals, you've paid off debt, have an emergency fund, you can afford to do it. For goodness sake, live your life. Just saving your money for the whole of your life is foolish. Because, God forbid, one day when you die, I've got bad news for you. You're not going to be taking your money with you. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, here's some more content you might be interested in.